So Grok Bot just launched, and it might be the easiest way to get up and running with AI agents that can actually do things for your business, even compared to a lot of the other tools out there, including Hermes and Openclaw. And what I want to show you in this video is how to actually set up Grok Bot in order to manage all of your customer support inquiries. Now, this is super useful if you're building an app like a lot of people in my community are, or if you're running any sort of business where your customer support inquiries are primarily coming through to an email address. This is something that I'm going to be doing for every single product that I build with AI. So in this video, I want to show you how to get started with Grok Bot, how to connect your tools to Grok Bot, and how to set up a customer support agent so that your customer support agent can be handling inquiries for you 24/7 whilst you sleep. If you don't know me, my name is Chris, and for the last 15 years, I've been designing apps and advising startups on product and design, and I've helped hundreds of people to build, design, and launch real apps to real customers inside of my community. And with that said, let's jump straight into Grok Bot and see what it can do. So if you've watched my full 6-hour product build course on YouTube, which I'll put a link for in the description down below. Some of you might not have seen that one, but basically in that video, I built a startup called Eyedropper, which is a way of documenting your design system in the cloud so that you can basically make sure that every single project that you build in code, or even creating marketing assets and all that sort of stuff, follows your branded design system, and it verifies it versus your design system as well every single time you do anything that's designed or front end or visual. The reason that I'm telling you this, because this video is not about Eyedropper, this is about setting up a customer support agent. And so for this startup that I'm launching called Eyedropper, I want to create a customer support agent, an agent that can handle any inquiries that come through to Eyedropper. So if I log into Eyedropper here, I can see my design systems that I've got here, but I can also go into my settings here, click on support, and I can see that all of the support inquiries come through to this email address here called support@eyedropper.design. So all of my customer support inquiries for this product are going to come through to support@eyedropper.design, which I've got set up on my Google Workspace. And the reason that I'm telling you this is because we are going to connect Grok Bot here, and we're going to connect Grok Bot to our Google Workspace so that Grok can handle support inquiries that come through, and we're going to give Grok a knowledge base based on the code base for this product as well, which I'm going to create and then give to Grok Bot after we set up the connection to our Google Workspace email account, basically. And this is going to be the process that you can go through. You can do it on Grok Bot, or you can do it on Hermes or Openclaw. I'm going to set it up on Grok Bot because I think Grok Bot is one of the easiest tools to actually get started with if you're a business trying to run AI agents inside your business in a very, very simple way. It's very easy and user-friendly and easy to get started with. So the first thing that we're going to do here, now that I have my customer support email set up, support@eyedropper.design, and I have that email address created in my Google Workspace and connected to my domain so that it works, I can send and receive emails to support@eyedropper.design. I'm going to set up my first bot inside of Grok Bot here to handle the customer support inquiries. So the first thing that you're going to do when you come into Grok Bot, there's a screen that I skipped before I got to this, because I was going through the setup here. You have to select which tools you use in your day-to-day work. So I selected Google Workspace, Notion, GitHub, Stripe, and it gives you all of these options down here, basically, of different bots that you can create based on the tools that you're connecting them to, which is super useful as a place to get started. Now, I want to create a custom customer support bot here. So I'm going to call this customer support, and I'm going to choose the color and the shape here. I want to do this as a little hexagon here. I'm going to change this to pink, and I'm going to click get started. Now Grok is going to spin up a bot here which has access to its own computer, its own tools that it can use, and its own environment that it can work in. Very similarly to Hermes agent or Openclaw, which kind of work in their own environment on a computer by themselves, so they have access to all of these tools. Now, Openclaw runs on your computer specifically. Hermes can also run on a computer in the cloud. Grok Bot is running on a computer in the cloud. I'm not the most technical person here. I'm not trying to show you the detailed specs and how Grok Bot actually works. I just want to show you how to set up something actually useful that you can use for your app that you're building, your product, or your existing business that you're already running. And so it says, hey, Chris, good to meet you. I'm here for the day today. Support stuff across your stack. What do you want me jumping on first? What should I lean into? Pick whichever feels closest or type your own. So customer tickets and support, Notion, Docs, and knowledge. And this is all based on the tools that are connected here. I'm actually going to type in my own answer here. I'd like you to connect to Google Workspace and specifically my support@eyedropper.design email address so that you can handle any customer support inquiries that come through to this email address whenever they land in the inbox, and draft messages for my approval that you can send back to customers. I'm just going to fix a typo in here. I'm just going to submit this as well. Now, one of the things that I'm not doing here is I'm not trying to automate this 100% straight out of the gate. I don't want to fully automate my customer support because I want to get it to draft some replies to customer support inquiries first so that I can see the tone of voice that it's using, whether it's writing a good response or not. The worst thing that you can do here is set up your customer support, get it fully automated, leave it and not look at it, and then have a ton of customer complaints just because the support tickets are not being answered correctly. And chances are, if you run an existing business, you already have a knowledge base that you can plug into Grok Bot, basically turn that knowledge base into a set of documentation that you can give to Grok Bot and get it to create its own database, its own structure of information that it can reference when it needs to reply to customer support inquiries. You could also do things here like train it on your own specific tone of voice if you wanted to as well. And so it says, got it. I'll watch support@eyedropper.design, draft replies for your approval, and only send once you've signed off. Checking what's already connected, then I'll get Google Workspace hooked up. Best fit is the Gmail connector. Nothing Google related is connected yet. When you connect, sign in as Eyedropper support@eyedropper.design, so I'm watching the right inbox. After that, I'll set up a watch that drafts replies from your approval before anything goes out. So let's add the Gmail connector here to Grok Bot. So it's installing Gmail now, and all we have to do is connect to this email address when this connect card shows up. So connect card's up, use this email when Google asks which account. I'll pick up from there once you're in. So let's click authorize here. And this is going to open a window inside of our browser where we can connect to our email address. So I'm choosing support@eyedropper.design. I'm just going to click select all and then continue. Authorization is now complete. I'm already logged into this Gmail account in another tab, so it's just picked up those credentials automatically. I'm going to close that tab. Let's go back to Grok Bot instead of Eyedropper. It says Gmail's connected, checking that I'm on support@eyedropper.design. Then I'll set up the inbox, watch so new mail gets a draft reply for your approval. So now you'll see that Grok Bot has created what's called a routine, which is this support inbox watch. And if I click on this routine here, I get a pop-out panel to the right-hand side. We can see that this routine is active. It's called support inbox watch. Basically, watch the Eyedropper support Gmail inbox and then follow these steps. So 1, look up Gmail tools with get MTP tools if needed, etc., etc. Prefer. Number 2, for each new customer thread you have not already drafted a reply for in this chat, fetch the thread. Number 3 is create a Gmail draft. Number 4 is track which thread IDs you already handled in agent memory. Number 5, if there is nothing new needing to draft, stay quiet. Number 6, if Gmail all fails, report once. If it keeps failing across runs, pause this routine and tell Chris to reconnect. And this is going to run every 15 minutes on weekdays, and we can change this schedule if we want here as well. And this is how it's automatically setting up these routines, and it's creating custom instructions for us to manage these support inquiries. And you can start to add your own custom instructions as well into these routines, but you can see how user-friendly and super easy it is to get started with Grok Bot here. So it says inbox is empty right now. I'll check every 15 minutes on weekdays, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. London time. When something new lands, I'll summarize here, put a draft in Gmail, and wait for your go ahead before sending. Anything to tweak before the first ticket. So let's say keep this cadence. We can actually change this to do this 24/7 so that this responds to emails whilst we sleep. But what we want to do first is we want to see what the replies are before we actually send them. And then once we're happy with the direction that this customer support agent is going in, we can then give it more freedom and we can start to automate it. And this is the best way to work with building agents like this inside of your business or for your products or your apps that you're building. And this is the stuff that people don't talk about when they talk about building apps or products and getting them in front of real paying customers. You need to do things like this to set up your support email address so that you can actually handle customer support inquiries. And then the easiest way to do that to start off with is just to get an agent looking at those inquiries, give it some knowledge, and then get it to reply to those emails. So let's send an email to Eyedropper to support@eyedropper.design with a fake support inquiry here. But I think before we actually do that, we need to give Grok Bot here some knowledge about the product that it's actually doing customer support for. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go over to Claude Code, and I've got this project open here in Claude Code called Eyedropper. I'm going to create a new session in Eyedropper, and I'm just going to get Fable5 to create a markdown knowledge base of this product for us, just a simple markdown file that I can drop into Grokbot to give it full context of the product. And I'm going to give Claude Code the context that this is for a support agent to be able to handle customer support inquiries. Now, there may be better ways of doing this if you're dealing with a complex product or you want to build a more detailed knowledge base that is more efficient when it comes to accessing information from the memory with Grokbot. But the simplest way to get started is just to create a simple markdown file with all of the knowledge that Grokbot needs and then hand it to Grokbot as a knowledge base for it to work from initially to start drafting those customer support inquiries. So let's ask Fable5 to do that. From this project, can you create a simple markdown file as a reference document for a support agent to be able to answer any customer support inquiries about the Eyedropper app? This is going to be used as a knowledge base for an agent to reply to any emails that are sent to the customer support email. And you can save this in the docs folder in this project. Just going to change this over to auto as well. And then we're going to send this off to Fable5. And you can do this regardless of what tool you're actually using to build your product or build your business. You could get Claude Code to read your website and create a knowledge base based on all of the information on your website. If you have all of your information on your website, for example, or if you have all your information stored in things like Google Docs, you can also connect Claude Code or Codex to your Google Docs and get it to create a knowledge base that you can give to Grokbot that way as well. So let's wait for Claude Code here to create that set of documentation for us that we can give to Grokbot. All right, so Claude Code has now built our support documentation here, which has got ground rules, tone, product explanation and the call loop, current pricing, billing, cancellation and refunds, troubleshooting section, approved answers to the 4 landing page FAQs, and a quick reference table at the end for fast lookups. And if we look at this file here, we have Eyedropper, customer support knowledge base. So how to use this document, answer from the facts below. If a question isn't covered or the customer support report looks something like a bug, data loss or billing dispute, escalate to Chris rather than guessing. Tone, plain, direct, confident, warm. Never promise features, dates, refunds beyond policy or custom pricing. And you want to check through this knowledge base to make sure that it's got all the rules that you might want to have here for your customer support agent. And you can tell it to change this or you can edit this yourself. It gives an outline of what Eyedropper is, how it works, the core loops, plans and pricing, and what you actually get with the table here, key points, billing questions, the export guarantee, teams and roles, version history, support agents and tools, verification and troubleshooting here, as well as security and privacy, common objections, and a quick reference table here as well. So let's get this file and give it to Grok Bot. So let's drop this support KB knowledge base file into Grok Bot here. And I'm just going to tell Grok Bot what this is and how to use it for customer support inquiries. This is the knowledge base for the products that you're going to be doing customer support for. Can you make sure that any drafts that you create for customer support inquiries to the email address are based off of information inside this support knowledge base? And let's send that off to Grok so that it can add this knowledge base to either to its memory, or it's going to add this document as a file that it can always reference when it creates drafts for any customer support emails that come through. So it says, got it, I'll read that knowledge base and make sure every draft sticks to what's in there. So let's send a test support inquiry. And it's also updated the routine here as well. So it's saved the Eyedropper support knowledge base and wired it to the inbox watch. Every draft will stick to what's in there. If something isn't covered, I'll escalate to you instead of guessing. All right, great. So now let's send a test customer support inquiry. So you can see here now that I've got one email come in here from, which is a billing issue that I've sent, basically an email that asks, what is the refund policy? Can I have a refund? And can I cancel my subscription? Which is a pretty common inquiry that you might get if you're running a software business. And so what I'm going to do now is go back to Grok Bot. I'm going to go open this routine here. Let's do a test run of this routine to see if it picks up this email and can draft us a reply. So let's click test run here. It's going to show that this routine is now running and Grok Bot is going to go to work connecting to our Gmail. Reading the file, which I assume is the email that's been sent through here, it says we have a new support email billing issue from Dave, which is just from my email address. He wants the refund policy, a refund on his last payment, and to cancel. Per the KB, I didn't promise a refund. Non-refundable except where law requires. Cancel steps are in the draft. The refund part needs your call. Hi Dave, happy to help with both. To cancel, open settings, billings, manage subscription. This takes you to the Stripe portal where you cancel. Your plan stays active until the end of the period you've already paid for. Nothing gets deleted on cancel. Design systems, versions, and history stay intact, and export is always available. On refunds, amounts already paid are non-refundable except where the law requires otherwise. I've flagged your refund request for review and someone from the team will follow up with you on that. Best Eyedropper support. So now we can click approve and send, approve cancel only with no refund line, or I'll edit it, or don't send. So let's click approve and send and see if that email comes through. And now that you're getting these drafts coming through, you can start to test basically whether the tone of voice, whether the answers to the questions are correct, and whether this is actually going to be working based on your own knowledge of your own business or your own service, of your own product, to start to automate a lot of these easy to respond to customer support inquiries. And so now it says sent replies out on the billing issue thread. So let's go back to Gmail. We've got a draft in here, and clicking on this, we can see that support has sent this email. So it says, hi Dave, happy to help with both. To cancel, best Eyedropper support. So our support agent inside of Grok Bot has actually sent this support inquiry, and that has gone through to this customer's email address. Just my email address, just doing this as a test. And that is how you can set up a customer support agent for your product, your business, or your service inside of Grok Bot super easily, so that you can answer customer support inquiries 24/7 without you needing to get involved with anything unless it needs your attention or is a particularly difficult question. And with that done, let me get into my final thoughts on Grok Bot. So I think Grok Bot is an incredibly good product, mainly because of how simple and straightforward and easy it is to get up and running and start creating AI agents that actually do meaningful work for you very, very quickly. The actual user experience for this is much, much more straightforward and simple compared to something like Hermes or Openclaw, which are very, very complex to actually set up. Hermes is less complex, but Grok Bot really gives a lot of small businesses, service businesses, a really easy entry point into creating meaningful, usable AI agents that will actually run inside of their business. And if you're building apps or running a software business, like a lot of people in my community are, and a lot of people who watch this channel are, then this is a great way to get your customer support up and running without you having to constantly be watching your email address in order to monitor if there's any customer support requests coming in. And if you need a lower cadence, you can actually just select a lower cadence in the routine details. You can just select it to run every hour, every 2 hours, every day, however often you need it. And it's really that simple. Just set up your agent, connect it to your tools, give it a knowledge base that you create from your product or from your website, test some customer support inquiries, and then you can start to automate your customer service for your business. And this is not a paid video. I just want to show you how easy and straightforward it is to get up and running with Grok Bot really, really quickly and do something that's actually going to be meaningful for my business. Like I'm actually going to be using this customer support agent for Eyedropper. And if you're interested in building apps or websites or any sort of product with AI, I've got a community helping people do just that as well. Over at school.com/AI apps, you can find out more by clicking the link in the description down below. We have hundreds of people over there building real products with AI, building real apps, real websites, and actually getting real customers. And you'll be able to get my support in creating agents like this for your business as well. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. It massively helps the channel and I really appreciate it. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time.